Welcome everybody to Funeral Nation episode 82. I'm Ryan Thogmartin. That is Jeff, the funeral commander Harbison. And Jeff, it's 6:30 a.m. out in Phoenix where you're at. So this is early morning recording, which is why you're not hammered yet.
No, that's true. And, I'm here in the captain's lair, which is kind of a cool place. We had to accommodate the viewing and not viewing, but the filming today because of our guest on the East Coast, my mountain time. So that means I have to get up, but right. I'm already up this time of day. Hey, 6:30, looking good early this morning, so it's all cool.
Fly as a falcon. All right.
Yes, sir.
Who's our headline sponsor for our show today?
Hey, man, Jamie and his boys at the Fast Funding Group, C&J Financial, are just that they're the headliner. And they also the ones that are keeping cash flow running through funeral homes. Interesting, Jamie shared with me something not long ago that families that use life insurance pay about 30% or more for a funeral. So what does that tell you? Right. If they use insurance, get your money quicker.
Get your money, that's it.
Yeah, let's run their promo.
Hi. My name is Lawrence Fish. I'm with Weed Corley Fish Funeral and Cremation Services in Austin, Texas. And today I wanted to say thanks to Jamie Meredith and C&J Financial for all the great work that they do for funeral homes around the country. For the funeral homes that are struggling with cash flow and the filing of insurance policies, I can't more highly recommend Jamie and his team at C&J Financial. The customer service is first class. They're prompt with following up on claims, and it has been a tremendous asset to us in helping with cash flow and also helping families at a time of need. So thank you for your team, Jamie, and those at C&J Financial, and we appreciate everything you do for funeral homes.
Excellent. Props to Jamie for really being our headline sponsor and just rocking it out for us. So what's coming up on today's episode, Commander?
It's going to be fun. We've got a fascinating interview with the brainchild of a new online offering for some consumers and funeral homes. We have a little different type spotlight today, and WTF is a funny phone lesson.
I love it.
Yeah, so what's our buzz this week, Ryan?
Well, Jeff, the labor law that we talked quite a bit about last year, the overtime labor law, is kind of back in play now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that, and interesting that it hasn't gone away. I believe that they held it back when the change of administrations happened. Now it's back up on the table. There are still possibilities that it could affect the funeral home operation from employee overtimes and salaries. So we may try to figure and reach out to somebody like Stephanie, the human resource lady, right, to get her to give us a little bit of information. Might even do something with a short video. We'll just put it out on Funeral Nation, send it out to everybody or connecting directors.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you guys, that's the number one expense on your P&L is employees, and that's something we don't pay enough attention to.
That's right. Okay, Jeff, we've got a more you know minute, and this one's for you, and it comes from John in Pennsylvania. I'm thinking about selling my funeral home. What role does our pre-need on the books play in the value?
None. Right. That's transferable. I hear all the time, oh, we've got $2 or $3 million on the books and pre-need. It just does not equate to the value of a funeral home. It's transferable. A new person could buy it. The new owner could buy the firm, and every one of those go away. So pre-need is not important to the value of a funeral home. Now, I take that away. If you continue to own it, yes, it's future business, but in the transition sale, not so much.
Interesting. It's perfect insight. Thank you for that.
Yes,
okay.
Sir.
Who is our guest today?
Ryan, I'm excited. I have met this gentleman. In fact, the first words he ever said to me is, I really like your effing show. So he's a class act guy. I'm excited to introduce Ed Michael Reggie of the Funeral Factory. So let's roll that interview. Ed Michael, welcome to the Funeral Nation TV show.
It's a pleasure.
It's all ours. Please tell us a little about yourself and your professional background.
Well, I'm a serial entrepreneur. I love bringing ideas to life. I love starting companies, and I've spent my career starting companies and running them. I'm a little different, I think, than the average investor in that I don't believe in starting companies to sell them. I end up managing them, running them for a long time. And I've done it across several different industries: healthcare, book publishing, software, restaurants, Brazilian beverages. And this journey has brought me to Funeralocity now.
Well, and Michael, Future Factories created and launched companies in other industries, like you just said. Tell us a little bit about Funeralocity now that you're in the funeral profession.
The idea of Funeralocity came from a former employee who came up to me one day and told me that she had run a funeral for a family member and had put it together, and what a terrible process it was. She didn't know where to begin. She didn't know what funeral home to go to. And I heard that, went back to the office, and we started a deep dive that went on for about 2.5 years until we launched in May. We commissioned a Harris survey in doing our national survey, and it told us that 78% of all Americans want a comparison website, would use a comparison website for funeral services to help them in their selection process. It said that 88% of Americans believe the funeral industry is opaque and needs to be more open. And we all know there's a funeral rule, and maybe that's a misperception, but that's what consumers seem to believe. So we launched on May 1st in Atlanta, Funeralocity. And Funeralocity is simply a website that a family goes to, enters its address, city, or zip code, and gets a listing of all the funeral homes in the area with their prices, and can look at them. And we've created simultaneously the Funeralocity Excellence Program, which funeral homes can apply for. And about a quarter right now of the Atlanta funeral homes have applied for, have been accepted, I should say, into the Excellence Program. And those are populating their part of our website with videos, photos, text explaining their differentiating aspects, green funerals, military, whatever aspects they want to stress. Also testimonials, a lot more richer information, because we've created Funeralocity to be the first dynamic online marketplace where people can go to and make a decision. Families can go and make a funeral home decision. And also at the same time, we've gotten very close to the funeral profession and reached out to them because we want this to be a connecting point for them with families, a way to show their value. I have no fear that the internet means price war. It has never meant price war to any industry. It means a value competition. Expedia is as we know, a travel resource that people can put a city in and get all the hotels, but you can get a Motel 6 or a Ritz-Carlton there. And the same thing here with Funeralocity, a premium funeral home that charges high prices relative to others can show its value to the consumer. And that's the important thing that families are looking for.
Yeah, following up on that, Funeralocity is really a interesting idea for both consumers and funeral professionals. Will you share with us specifically how a funeral home would benefit from this site?
A funeral home benefits by having itself in a comparison site next to others, showing itself competitively and differentiating itself from the rest of the market. The tendency of those who just show pricing is an emphasis on commoditization. It's like we're commoditizing funeral homes, and that's ridiculous. They're very different. The value propositions are very different. So this is an opportunity to differentiate a funeral home, to show its beauty, to show videos, to show testimonials, to show what 144 people have to say about it, to show all of the different things that make it different.
That's interesting because...
Very importantly, of course, the result is to bring incremental revenue to the funeral home. Funeral homes don't pay us anything to become excellence members. The only time a funeral home pays us is when a funeral has been sold and paid for. Then Funeralocity takes a fee.
I got you.
So it's an incremental revenue, risk-free proposition to funeral homes.
Right. And, you know, that's something Ryan and I stress all the time. And why fit in when you can stand out? And here's the opportunity for differentiation, because NFDA actually has a study out that said that most consumers don't know the difference between funeral homes. They're all the same. So this is an opportunity to work with consumers to help funeral homes profile the differences.
Yes, that same study indicated that 50% more people, 2 years later, 50% more people are using the internet to find a funeral home. It went from 11% to 18%, so a 50% increase, or more than a 50% increase.
Absolutely. Well, Michael, in recent years, there's been other attempts to create kind of funeral directories, but nothing is really stuck in the marketplace. What makes Funeralocity different?
Ryan, we're not a listing service. We're a dynamic marketplace. We're a comparison website, and all internet commerce has moved to comparison websites. We can name them: TripAdvisor, OpenTable, Expedia, Yelp. There are so many third-party sites that people are turning to make these decisions, and it's just logical that a fully formed third-party comparison site be launched like we're doing, with ratings and a live sense, a dynamic sense, because funeral directors, when they join our excellence program, control their content. They control what the prices are. They put videos and photos up. They respond to reviews. It's a living website.
Excellent. Funeralocity. I'm sorry.
We're reaching with Funeralocity, the Amazon.com customer. Many people are beginning, 90% of Americans are beginning their shopping experience for a home online. 80% are beginning their shopping experience for an automobile online. They don't close it, they shop it. And that's what we're talking about here. And very importantly, when a family comes to one of our excellence members, they get an on-the-spot rebate from the funeral home. So there's an incentive to click through and use our site all the way to the final click to selecting a funeral home.
Excellent. And you're right. I mean, we shop for everything pretty much. The only thing I haven't found I'm able to do yet is get my hair cut on the internet, but I am working on that because I have a great idea. Anyway, Funeralocity is launched in Atlanta. I think we talked just a little while ago. What are the next steps? And please share how consumers are reacting and funeral directors are accepting this opportunity.
We are blowing and going in Atlanta. Things are tremendous. The activity, the interaction we're having with funeral directors, with consumers, it's really surpassed all of my expectations. So we are every day upgrading and improving our website as well, and adding funeral homes. So it's a dynamic process of improvement. You know, the great thing about running a business is that you've got to improve it every day. You don't launch it and that's it. Every day we're building it and making it better. And therefore the next plans are to open up other metro areas, and we'll be doing that in the coming months. I see us being national very quickly by the end of the year or the beginning of next year.
Excellent.
Very good. Well, okay, so this is the fun part of the interview where we do our lightning round questions that are kind of fun and entertaining. So are you ready for this?
I don't know.
Okay. All right. Green Wave or the Tigers?
There's no doubt Green Wave. I'm an MBA from Tulane, and I spent too many miserable nights of my childhood and later watching LSU throttle us.
All right.
And a few times we beat them. So, but no, totally Green Wave.
All right. Best restaurant in NOLA?
Ooh, that's very hard. That depends on really what you're trying to do. I truly believe that Emerald Lagasse's original restaurant still is blowing and going and is a great restaurant. There are other joints, you know, that New Orleans has a lot of these old style Creole joints that are really, really good also. Mother's is great. Uh, Commander's Palace is a grand restaurant. Galatoire's, I could go on and on with New Orleans restaurants.
All right, celebrity crush.
Celebrity crush? How about Morticia from the Addams Family?
All right.
Oh, that's a new one. All right. Hey,
I like it.
you know, I have to tell you, there's a few folks watching this that has no idea who that is, but I got you, brother. That's a good job. I got it. Yeah.
You know,
All right. Beach or ski vacation?
I'm a beach guy, completely.
Football or soccer?
Those are synonyms.
That's a big word. That means they're kind of the same.
Aren't they? No, I football. I played football from 7th grade on, till senior year of high school. I love football, playing it and watching it.
Yeah, thank goodness it's almost here. In the South, that's when we have a second Sunday. It's almost here. It's a religion.
Yeah, in the South, it really is.
Yeah. And Michael, in closing, will you share what you most want to convey to the Funeral Nation audience about Funeralocity?
Our mission at Funeralocity is to become the trusted resource for families in selecting a funeral home. We live in a mobile society. Many people live in communities where they didn't grow up. They don't have a relationship with a funeral home. So we aim to be that trusted resource. And at the same time, the trusted resource for funeral directors, because they want to and need to reach this community of people who don't know about them and need a better story of how they rank compared to others.
Excellent. Well, I think that's a pretty compelling reason to check it out and be part of it. The Funeral Nation and Ryan, I really thank you for being here. You've been a great Essen guest from start to finish. We're excited about it.
Thank you.
Yeah. You guys are going to be at NFDA this year?
We are. We're exhibiting at NFDA. So, Ryan, I don't know if you're going to be there, but I look forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely. We'll
Good.
be there.
We'll be there. Well, thank you so much for being with us, Ed Michael, and best of luck. And we're going to follow behind and see how it goes.
Thanks, guys. Great to be with you.
Take care.
Yeah.
This interview is brought to us by Sitch Caskets. We're really excited about Sitch, just what they're doing in the U.S., giving away free caskets. That's right. Every month they're giving away a free casket, so check out this promo.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sitch Casket. Finally, funeral homes don't have to wait to choose between premium quality and higher margins. Is it a Sitch Casket or one of the top U.S. brands? Only your accountant can tell the difference. Visit Sitch Casket or contact your Sitch distributor.
All right, Jeff, who is our spotlight going to shine on today?
Today it's a little bit different because I saw this and I just was compelled to share it with everyone else. Some people may have seen it, but in this photo, there was a soldier in pouring rain that stopped his vehicle, got out and saluted what was probably a veteran. You can see the hearse there on the left side of the screen, and was saluting, paying honor to that person who died. And I don't know a better spotlight on the face of the planet to do that. That's what our country is all about.
Yep.
And I don't know who this guy was. I just happened to see the picture, and I thought it was worth sharing with everybody. So
100%.
My salute to that soldier from
Absolutely.
the commander.
Absolutely. That's pretty amazing. All right, Commander. Now we're moving into our WTF segment where we take a lighthearted and humorous look at the funeral profession. And you found a little meme this week. You must have been scouring the deep, dark webs to find this.
Yeah, I couldn't help myself. Normally I find some other pictures, but I saw this one. I literally LOL or LMAO or whatever.
That's right.
Anyway.
Look at you, Mr. Fly.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah. I'm typing. Ringtone goes off if you're staying alive. That's funny. I don't care who you are, right? And plus, this guy's a nerd, man, from the past. I've seen some funny stuff off this guy before. So, anyway, I thought it was lighthearted, good. What the funeral? That's funny right there. I don't care who you are.
Love it. Okay, Commander, this wraps up episode 82. Time to focus on 83 next week. And I'm sure we've got something really powerful and engaging for next week, right?
Yeah, in fact, Ryan, we're going to start doing some things in the near future where this show is completely reshaping. I think Ed said it right earlier, Ed Michael, that we're going to do things differently.
Yep.
We're going to do some panel discussions. We're going to do some other interesting things and bring still completely great content to the funeral industry. You don't get that anywhere other than from you. By the way, you're doing a great job with your video series. I'm digging it. You're doing the hustle. In fact, I got an idea. Why don't you play that song, The Hustle? Do you know it?
Man, that's probably before my time, brother.
Well, okay. Look it up, and it'd be a great one for all of us oldie goldies.
Okay.
But anyway, that would be a good one. But next week on number 83, you may see something completely shake up differently. So stay tuned, everyone.
Absolutely. And keep engaging with us on social. We live and breathe off of your comments and your engagement. We appreciate it. Make sure you share the video. If you find any value in this whatsoever, or you absolutely hate us, you should definitely share it. So,
yeah. We'll talk back to you.
That's right. We're not going to let it go unnoticed. Okay. Until next time, have a great effing week.
Out here.